Hello, in this video I will talk about another of my short story which is about a crop farmer. His name is Anthony and he lives in the Western Europe by a hillside, by the mountain, and he has a land by the mountain, and he tries to grow rice. He, brought good seeds from the market, fertilizers, uses instrument to grow rice. But when it times comes to cut the rice, he actually sees that his field is actually full of other type of tree, even though he used a very good fertilizers, but his land produced very few rice crops, but it is full of other trees which he did not throw seeds. He's very worried. The next year, he showed these to his friends. They said, "Okay, we know like new fertilizers which might be effective for your land," and they recommended new fertilizers for him. Um, and then he tried that, but same results next year as well. And the following year he actually showed some agriculture officer, and actually bring him to his land and showed him the different tree he used to get in his field. The agriculture officer was very worried, and he found that very interesting. Why? And he started to investigate why only his field has this anomaly. He tries to grow one crop, but at the end his field is full of another type of unknown crop which is of no use. That's the sad part, because he needs to get rice from his field and then sell it to the market and get money for his family, and to support his family, his wife, and his children's. And then the investigating officer, the agriculture officer, was a nice person. He actually took some of the sample and took it to his lab and tried to analyze why that type of tree keep growing in his field, and tried. And then following year he recommended him another some other types of fertilizers, and then some other types of pesticides, so that he can prevent these parasites growing in his field. But no luck, that tree keep coming in his land. And then after a few years, the agriculture officer is still curious. He had some friends who used to work in other companies, for example, pharmaceutical companies, other investigating companies related to crops. He actually visited all of them and gave the sample of the tree and tried to find out the real reason why his land is having this different tree. And then the other companies tried to find out the ingredients of that crop, and tried to find out if that crop might have any useful info. But there was no luck. All the companies failed, but only one of his friends' company, which is a small pharmaceutical company, which searched for a cure for disease like cancer, and then they actually after digging long time they found one substance in that crop which is very useful to prevent bone cancer. And then that finding, initial finding, was very thrilling. And then they did more and more investigation, and then finally he found, they actually contacted the farmer, and and gave him the good news that this crop is very useful for creating medicine. And then the farmer was very happy, and the pharmaceutical company used to buy huge number of his unused crops, and then produce medicine from that. The nearby farmers are very curious too. They also tried to to grow that crop in their land, but luckily only his land can produce that different kind of tree. Even though other farmers tried hard, took the seed, tried to plant in their land with different kind of fertilizers and advices from agriculture officers, but all their efforts went in vain. And only that farmers, only Anthony's farmland used to grow that crop, which slowly and slowly became very famous to cure bone cancers. And he got rich. He even got more than $100 million after selling, keep selling his different kind of crop every year.